Hey everybody, we're supposed to be making smoked pork shoulder. Sorry, that didn't work out. We had to build a fence, and Mrs. This Vet Cooks, she hooked us up with that smoked pork shoulder. We didn't get a chance to record it, but we're going to do that later on in the spring. So in the meantime, we got another episode for you, and it's a holiday theme. All right, welcome back everybody. I'm Dave Guerra, This Vet Cooks. Thanks for joining me. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, sorry, no smoked pork shoulder. None of that. So we were building a fence, my son and I, and the lovely Mrs. This Vet Cooks came along and took care of business. So it was fantastic. But like I said, we'll do it again later on after the holidays. So this episode is one of the first of numerous holiday themed episodes, and this is let's start off with some snacks. You know, because Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming, family gatherings are coming, and well, within reason, right? The COVID thing, and you know, there's going to be some downtime. You're going to want a snack. So, and don't forget, it's football season too. So don't forget, there's time for snacks. So what are we making today? We're going to make some Crescent, but without the Crescent. We're going to use the Crescent dough. We're going to make some pizzas in the oven with it. And what do we need? Well, we need a roll of Crescents, a package of one roll of Crescent rolls. We're going to need some pepperoni. Preferably it's already sliced. That way you don't have to mess with it, because then you start, you know, mozzarella, some slices of mozzarella or shredded mozzarella, whatever. And as a special treat, we're going to do a cup of tomato sauce. We're going to turn this tomato sauce into pizza sauce. So, and how do we do that? Well, we're going to use some salt, some pepper, some salt. There we go. Garlic powder, onion powder, and some Italian seasoning. So if you've got these, and if not, you know, just head on over down to your local Family Dollar, Dollar General, whatever, and pick those up. They got them there. They're relatively inexpensive. They're quick. So, you know, it doesn't hurt. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do, folks, is do the sauce. So that way the spices and the salt and all of that just start mixing and mingling and doing their thing in the frost. Well, you know, it doesn't have to be in the froster here. But what are we going to do? Well, let's open up this can of tomato sauce. And we're using our trusty P38 can opener. As soon as I get it hooked up here, I will get going. I had already started. Okay, so let's pour that in there. That's good. Oh yeah, pepper flakes. That's back in there. Alrighty, we're back. Okay. All right, so back. Okay. I gotta stop saying so and okay. One last thing we forgot to mention, crushed red pepper, or you can grind up the red pepper or flakes, seeds, or whatever, and we'll add that in here. So we'll go ahead and throw that in first. Yeah, so let's go ahead and grind up some of this. Again, how spicy you want it, that's up to you. That should be pretty good, because it's a cup. I know I went a little bit overboard, but again, if you want a little spice, by all means. A little salt. And don't forget, we got to mix this up, so we'll do fine there. Black pepper. Just enough to flavor. And onion powder. Again, just enough to flavor. Then once you mix it in, you can give it a tasty taste. Garlic powder and some Italian seasoning. Oh, it's still brand new. I was like, hey. There we go. Oh, that smells good. That's Italian seasoning for you. Okay, there we go. All right, let's give it a good stirry stir. Get everything submerged. Don't leave anything on the surface, otherwise it will not mix in. There you go. Now we're going, oops. Give it a little tasty taste. All right, so it's time to let everything meld. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. All right, it's time for my favorite part of the entire process, is busting this thing open. Let's go over here to camera 2. I don't know why, I like it when it just burst open at the seams. Kind of like the holidays, right? Okay, here we go, ready? Right here, one good whack. Hey, come on. There it is. Boom. Sometimes it's louder, sometimes it isn't. It's interesting. Okay. Ooh, missed it by that much. We'll get that in a minute. All right, so as we roll this dough out, I want to take a moment. Thank everybody for watching on Twitter or following along on Twitter at thisvetcooks and on the Facebook page. Much appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching, commenting, adding your responses, and what else? So we got the facebook.com/thisvetcooks. Then we have Instagram, instagram.com/thisvetcooks. The website, www.thisvetcooks.com, and the email address, thisvetcooks@gmail.com. So by all means, please do not hesitate to reach out. Let me know what you think of this show. Let me know if you have any ideas, anything like that. We will definitely like to hear from you. Now, what am I doing? I'm just cutting this out. I don't want to tear it like I did for the other video. Remember that one? And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out just a wee bit. And by a wee bit, I mean by the wee bit small roller. The rolling pin here. And why do we want to do this? Well, one, we want to combine, and we want to turn this into little squares or little rectangles. Yeah, so because we're not throwing our pizza up in the air. Oh, there we go. And we did it again. All right, well, here's what's going on. We didn't dust this. If we had dusted it, it would really soak it up. So you got to be careful. You see, I'm using the back of the spoon. I'm using the back of the spoon to cut the pizza dough here. Now it becomes from a crescent roll to a pizza dough by the miracle of modern rolling pin rolling. So let's go ahead and get the first one going here. So now we use the business end of the spoon. There we go, the business end of the spoon. Get a little sauce and a little saucy sauce. Now, ideally, we should be doing this over the pan we're baking in. Should have moved it over there. So let me thin out the sauce and then we'll move it over there. Okay, so you're still going to prepare your dough much the same way as you're just making crescent rolls. But you're doing little flat pizzas, so... Oops, there we go again. Did we spray this? Okay, well, we're going to have to be careful with this one. So there it is. Now we've moved it over to the pan we're going to bake in. We're going to use our small Black & Decker air fryer, small cooker, toaster oven kind of thing. And again, it's a snack, so it's no big deal. So again, add as much sauce or as little sauce as you want, as you like, however you like it. I like it saucy sometimes. Sometimes I like it spicy. But whatever works for you. Next, so we have the... what is this? The Hill Country Fare? I think that's... No, we're actually using H-E-B pepperoni. So we just throw down some pepperoni. Some people like more pepperoni. Some people like less. I like one pepperoni per bite. So that way, if I have 5 bites out of this, I want at least 5 pieces of pepperoni. All right, next we're using the Hill Country Fare natural, low moisture, part skim mozzarella sliced cheese. And why sliced and not shredded? Because again, it's up to you. Because sometimes you can do it the other way, where you can put the dough, then you put the mozzarella down, then the sauce and the meat on top of that. So really, it's up to you. But if you like it shredded, you can do that. And we'll do both here. And see how easy it is to shred? Real simple. My mouth's getting watery for this. There we go. Just throwing some of that. And again, the bake time is going to be about 9 to 12 minutes, again, until it's brown. But in this case, you're going to see the cheese kind of get all... If you like that cheese where it's got that little brown crust, you're good to go. So this will be it. So there's that first one. All right, so let's continue making all the other ones. Here is the next one we're going to do, or the last one. We've already done them. Several different layouts. All right, so the first one, it was the dough, and then the sauce, and then the sausage, or the pepperoni, and then the cheese. The next one, it was the dough, the cheese, the pepperoni, and then the sauce here at the top. And then the third one was the dough, the cheese, the sauce, and then the pepperoni on top. Now this last one, again, is just, we're going to throw down the cheese. Now you might need to cut to size, so just adjust accordingly. And then we're just going to throw down the sauce. Now I'm using pepperoni. If you happen to have maybe some extra cook, like there is any, right? Italian sausage. Right, I mean, is it ever, you crumble that up, put that up on top, and instead of pepperoni, or alongside the pepperoni, or next to the pepperoni, and whatever works for you. Again, the different cheese that you want, that you like, that you prefer, by all means, have at it. All right, so here's our first batch, 4 of them. We still have enough dough for another 4. So 9 to 12 minutes into our oven. So we'll be right back. Now we're waiting for our pizza to be done. And as soon as it's done, we'll add the second batch. In the second batch, we kind of went a little crazy with it. But, you know, just again, a variation on a theme. We got a long one that we rolled up. Then we've got one that's open-faced, like the other ones. And then a couple of variations on a crescent. So we'll see how those turn out. But again, it's just about having fun. It's just about quick, something to eat, something to nibble on, a nosh, whatever works for you. That's what it's all about. There's no set rules. That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of This Vet Cooks. The rules are there as a base, but they're merely suggestions once we get rocking and rolling. So it behooves you to learn the rules and then go ahead and break them and bend them or throw them out the window. Now, what are we doing next? You're going to like this one. We've got, we still have some of this. So, we're going to make you a mule, holiday mule. I think it's called a Christmas Yule mule. And what does it mean? Well, we need our copper mug and some pomegranate juice, about an ounce of that. Some vodka in here, thanks to my brother, some Beluga vodka. So we got that in there. And I think it's like 3 to 1 or 1 to 3 or something like that. 3 of this and 1 of that. Whatever works for you, you know, use it to taste. And of course, some ice cubes. So let's go ahead and get the ice cubes into the... You can use the crushed ice, or you can use the shaker. It's off camera, but you can use the shaker and just do that or whatever. Throw in some ice. And then, you know what? Go ahead and just throw in the Beluga. So the last of the Beluga vodka. We'll do that. 1 shot. There we go. 1 shot of vodka. There we go. It's all gone now. Oops. Totally missed it. The camera didn't even catch it. 1 shot of vodka. There we go. And then the pomegranate juice. And again, it's got to be the real stuff. Don't use the pomegranate cocktail or anything like that. Just use the Pom Wonderful Antioxidant Superpower. Folks, that vodka smells great already. And then we're just going to pour in a couple of ounces. I think this is an 8 ounce, so we'll add just a bit more. There we go. And then We're going to go ahead and cut up, in this case, we're fresh out of lines, but the lemon tree is throwing down some good, so we'll just throw that in there. A couple of good squeezes of that juice. There we go. And then we'll give it a little stirry stir. Ooh, that's good. And we'll get a head start on the drinks. Oh, nice. First, that beluga. I'm not a proponent of using top shelf vodka for mixed drinks. No, just kills it. If you're going to enjoy the top shelf stuff, you're going to pay top dollar for that top shelf stuff, then I do not recommend using it for anything other than just, pouring it in a glass, taking a shot, or taking it sipping. So you would use the other. That's what I would use. But in this case, this beluga is fantastic. It is awesome. I think we added the right amount of palm. So again, it's real simple. You saw how quick that went. Now we're waiting for the pizza to be done. Camera 2, we're done. If you added just a little too much sauce, okay, in my case I did, it's going to be a little soggy. You could pop it back in there a little bit longer. Just be careful not to burn the crust or the dough. Other than that, there it is. It looks fantastic, and again, pretty good size, pretty good shape, pretty good texture, consistency, layout, look. The pepperoni starting to get that bubbled up look. The mule ready to rock and roll. Now it's time to go sit down. But before I leave, hey, listen, I want to share with everybody again. I want you to reach out to the Veteran Crisis Line should you ever have a need to. Should you need to just talk to somebody, they're the trained professionals. Call a buddy, though. I mean, don't hesitate. Call a buddy, call a friend. Just reach out. Just say, hey, look, what's going on? Just kind of talk to them, and they'll, again, communicate with each other. But when there's times that you just don't want to communicate with a friend or something just so dark you don't want to do that, I get it. Call 1-800-273-8255. Press the number 1 when the automated attendant answers. Or when the attendant answers, and make the call. Don't hesitate, don't delay. So please do it, especially during this holiday season. We just went through this time change, and of course everybody takes a little while for it to adjust. But don't slip, make the call. Or if you feel yourself starting to slip, make the call. Or if you don't slip, make the call anyway. You never know. So make the call. Alrighty, so now, again, do you make the call or before you make the call, or while you're making the call? Make one of these, sit down, just talk to somebody. It's always good to talk over food. So here's what we've got. And yeah, it's a little, I'm going to put it here on camera 2. Camera 1 now. Oh, that's fantastic. That's very good. Like I said, the dough's a little wet, and again, because of the sauce, but other than that, it's pretty good. Listen, everybody. We're in the holiday season, so it's a great time to get out there, bake, family, friends, you're at home. Make something, bake something, create something, do something. Let me know what you're doing. Put it on the show notes, put it in the comments, put it on Twitter. Let me know on Twitter, let me know on Facebook, whatever, Instagram. Let me know what you're cooking. I would definitely want to hear from you. So between now and then, I'm Dave Guerra, and This Vet Cooks.